Are you going to sit here while I do my video? There you go. Oh. Are you going to sit here while I do my video? You going to go somewhere else, Papa? What's happening? Why don't you give me your butt? Say hello to the people there. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Jacques, aka Mr. Pink Ink, and yeah, I've been so uninspired recently. I've been a lot depressed. Haven't had much inspiration. So been wanting to do video for a while now. And I was stuck with it as well. There are things I want to do, but there are things I want to do before I do those. So I needed to do something. And then it occurred to me, this morning, going through my videos, that I haven't done a book haul since October. So yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you all the books I got since October. So we can play catch up. Are you ready? November was the last month of 2020 that I received a parcel from Jonathan Ball. I didn't get anything in December because they take holiday, which is fair. So they sent me in November. Now this is not a full pile. Of the December books, I've taken 2 of them out of this pile. Draw with Rob and Draw Kawaii, which I used in a giveaway for my December-thon and the readathon and the photo challenge for December, which I'll link down below so you can have a look at that as well. Oops. So yeah, so these are the books that I have remained. They've sent me those 2 books, and then I was sent a few other things as well. First of all, they sent me The Werewolves Who Weren't by T.C. Shelley. This is such a cute title. It's obviously middle grade, you can see it's by thing. And then she also wrote The Monster Who Wasn't. This is so cute. Let's have a look. Sam is half monster, half fairy. He knows what makes him strange. So now that he's been adopted by a loving family, he's determined to live a normal human life, except for the gargoyles on the roof. Then he meets Wilfred, Amira, and Hazel. They're strange too. Perhaps people can be weird and wonderful after all. So when Sam's friends disappear, he knows he has to save them, even if it could mean losing the family he loves. So this sounds cute. It's Bloomsbury. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to that one. Yeah, middle grade. Then I got another thriller, Between Two Evils by Eve Dolan. There's a lot of authors that I haven't heard of, so this is one of them. Everyone should read Eva Dolan. Okay, Between Two Evils. It's a thriller. Also available This Is How It Ends. So, you know, if you've seen that or read that, then it's cool. Let's have a look. A young doctor is found brutally murdered at his home in a picturesque Cambridgeshire village. Is his death connected to his private life or his professional one? Dr. Joshua Ainsworth worked at an all-female detention centre, once still recovering from a major scandal a few years before. Was he the whistleblower or an instigator? Already juggling a major case, Detective Sergeant Ferreira and Detective Inspector Zijik's desperate attempts to reconstruct Dr. Ainsworth's last days lead them to uncover yet more secrets and more suspects. Okay, so another one of those whodunit things. So this is going to be cool. We're getting into some of these kind of crime lately, so that's cool. And then the last book I got for November from Jonathan Ball is Terry Brooks, one of my author authors, The Fall of Shannara the Last Druid. This is the very last book the very last book in the Shannara thing. Whatever the Shannara thing is, this is the last one. This ties it up and puts a bow on it. So 2021 is going to be my year to read this in its entirety. I do have a whole shelf of pure books up here. A lot of them that I've read, a lot of them that I haven't read because I don't have all of them, and I like to read them one after the other. I like to have the whole series when I start, before I start reading it, so that if I want to binge it, then I can. So The Last Druid is the triumphant conclusion to both the Fall of Shannara series and the entire Shannara saga. A truly final epic adventure from the master of modern fantasy. I'm not going to give you the blurb because, you know, it's a thing, but, you know, look at those pretty covers from his other books. This is obviously the Fall of Shannara range, which I need to read because I haven't. I have the Black Alpstone book 1, and I've got book 4, so I need book 2 and 3. Yeah, and that was that for November. Cool, huh? Yeah, and a couple of the other ones that I gave away. So I have some awesome reading ahead of me. December was quiet. It was very quiet. Jonathan Ball was closed, so they didn't send anything to me, which is fine. It's all fair. I mean, I'm not upset by that. Being unemployed over Christmas means that there's no money for anything, and also since I'm self-isolating, I'm staying at home. I'm not going anywhere. So we didn't do Christmas this year because it was just a waste. I felt I didn't want to go out and buy gifts. I didn't want to go out and do all the things. So we agreed in the household that we're not going to do that because we buy stuff for each other anyway over the years, through the year. It doesn't matter. So we didn't do that. So I didn't get any books for Christmas or for my birthday. That's so sad. My birthday was also in December and I didn't get anything. However, I did get a Night Owl book bag, which was their last one for a moment because they have some logistical problems. I'll link that video as well. And that book that came in there was Pan's Labyrinth by Guillermo del Toro and Cornelia Funk. Now I'm really dying to read this because I love the movie with David Bowie. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, in fairy tales there are men and there are wolves. There are lost girls and dark woods. There are beasts and magic books. Ophelia knows all this, like any young woman with a head full of stories. But nothing can prepare her for the reality of the Capitan's eerie house in the midst of a forest that conceals many things. Fearsome beasts and fairies, renegade resistance fighters, a labyrinth? There is no one to keep Ophelia safe as the labyrinth beckons her into her own story, where monsters and humans meet, where myths pulse with living blood. The darkest of fairy tales. Okay, cool! I'm dying. I really want to read this, but there's a time and a place for everything. And then 2020 ended, which was okay, and 2021 started. People trying to go back to everything being normal or adjusting to the new normal. Anyway, I did get my books from Jonathan Ball, thank you so much. And they sent me a nice hefty package, some 5 books. Some of them I requested and some of them I didn't. It happens. Okay, cool. So the first book that I've got when I opened the package and I was like, ha, is a book that I haven't read. It's a classic. I haven't read it. Everyone else has read it. I haven't. It's got some gorgeous new covers. The whole City George Orwell, the whole classic thing is 1984. I also requested. Look at that cover. But that didn't come. Maybe they didn't have, or it's going to come later. Anyway, Animals Farm is obviously about a farm and about animals, and it's short. Under the feckless husbandry of Mr. Jones, the manor farm has fallen into disrepair. Pushed into hardship, the animals decide to stage a revolt. And led by 2 young pigs, Snowball and Napoleon, they overthrow Mr. Jones and drive him away from the farm. in the subsequent struggle for power, it is Napoleon who emerges as a victor. He renames the place Animal Farm, gets rid of his enemies, and by the way he behaves, expecting to be glorified above the others and turning the screw on his fellow beasts in order to keep them subjugated, begins to resemble more and more the former rulers of the farm, the hated humans. The tagline is all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Sounds like fun. It is quite short read, and of course this is going to be on my list for 21 books. Ooh, the Evergreen series. They forever changing the covers. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the whole new there. That'll be awesome. But it's not in color, right? Anyway, so book number 1. Should start with the biggest book. Then I got The Two Lost Mountains by Matthew Riley, which is a Jack West thriller. So this is a novel in a series that stars him. Haven't read any of them. Riley is the hottest action writer around. An incredible victory at a terrible price. Against all the odds, Jack West Jr. found the 3 secret cities, but at a heartbreaking cost to the mountains and the fall. Still reading from his last, Jack must now get to one of the 5 iron mountains, 2 of which have never been found, and perform a mysterious feat known only as the Fall. A new player arrives. In the middle of this, Jack will discover that a new player has entered the race. Okay, I really need to find the start of the series. Actually, this sounds very interesting. 5 hours till the labyrinth gates close. Yeah, Cookie, this is like the search for thing like what's it? Dan Brown, Angels and Demons, that kind of thing with Tom Cruise. The other Tom. Tom Hanks. Yeah, so I want to find where those start. So this gives me those kind of vibes. And then, talking about Tom Hanks, here's a movie tie-in, News of the World, the film tie-in. Cover by Paulette Giles. I haven't heard of it. The movie or the book. In 1870, Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, an elderly widower and Civil War veteran, drifts through northern Texas, performing live readings from newspapers to paying audiences. In Wichita Falls, he is offered a $50 gold piece to deliver a young orphan to her relatives near San Antonio. 4 years earlier, a band of Kiowa raiders killed Johanna Leonberger's parents and sister and took the little girl to raise as their own. I don't know if I'll read this because, I'm not a Western kind of a thing. My dad was a Western fanatic and we hated it because everything was Westerns everywhere. We couldn't abide. So I don't know if I'll read this. But if I do, stay tuned and I'll let you know what I thought. Yeah, so now that we are about halfway through my video, if you're liking this video, please hit that thumbs up down below. And if you like to see more of me, then please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you whenever I upload a new video. We've had a bit of a technical difficulty since I ran out of space. I don't know what was cut off because I haven't checked the footage. But yeah, let's get back into it, shall we? Then I received another thriller from Jonathan Ball or whatever it's called, a Jack Reacher, or fans of Jack Reacher, I'm so sorry. MI6 created him and now they want him dead. John Milton is the man the government call when they want a problem to vanish, but what happens when he's the one that needs to disappear? So The Cleaner by Mark Dawson. Yeah, I don't know, I'll have to check that one. This could be a standalone, but I don't think so. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, there's no... There are no other books by this author in the front? That's weird. Why do they do that? So this is possibly a standalone, and that makes it even better for me because it doesn't say if this is his first book or not. I'll have to check Goodreads. So that's cool. The Cleaner by Mark Dawson. And then I got something very interesting. Got this Ruby from Nina Allen. Quite a few of us got this one. It's kind of sci-fi horror, sort of a mixed genre. It's a book that's told in different stories, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 7 stories, and each story is from someone who knew Ruby Castle. Multi-award-winning author Nina Allen takes us on a journey exploring the elliptical nature of time and place, and in precise and beautiful prose explores the very nature of storytelling. Ruby Castle. The story of Ruby Castle is told in snapshots and glimpses and secret histories, in tales repeated and reinvented by those who fall under her horror film actress's spell. So the book goes by 7 people telling the story of Ruby Castle. Obviously died. She was a horror film actress, and this seems to be a sci-fi, since the elliptical nature of time and place. So horror, sci-fi horror, speculative, something about that. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to this one. Some of us have already read it, and I actually didn't check, but I think they enjoyed it, so I need to go check that one. So that is what we got all for December. Sorry, for January. My bad. January. I also won a competition on Instagram recently from Bianca Barnum Digital. Bianca Lee Digital. Sorry, yes, Bianca Lee Digital. And I got No Filter from Sarah Fryer, which is non-fiction, and I'm dying to read it because I really want to know. And I want to read more non-fiction in my life. So yeah, so this is good. She was giving away 3 copies, and I was one of the lucky ones. And this is all about the inside story of how Instagram transformed business, celebrity, and our culture. So let's see, in just 10 years, Instagram has gone from being a simple photo app to a $100 billion company. The journey has involved groundbreaking innovations, a $1 billion takeover, and clashes between some of the biggest names in tech. But it's a story that has never been told until now. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. Non-fiction, so I'll take slowly, so that's cool. Yeah, so this was either January or February, I'm not entirely sure. It was the beginning of this month or the end of last month. But there you go. So yeah, I love that. Then we get the books that I've received for February. And yeah, they're quite interesting. I got 2 deliveries from Jonathan Ball this month. One was a surprise, we didn't know it. And that one was the last book that I got, which was awesome. It was awesome, but it's prettily packaged. It was a surprise. So many of us got it. It came in a big box, and it was all packaged, and it was lovely. But anyway, the first package that I got from Jonathan Ball, and I want to read more sci-fi, is The Hidden Girl and Other Stories by Ken Liu. From interdimensional assassins to steampunk dystopia destroyed by plague, from Black Mirror-esque tales of blockchain cryptography and internet trolling to artificial intelligence and the singularity, here are 17 interlocking visions that explore what it is to be human and what it is like to abandon or transcend that. So this, I'm looking forward to. I look at pretty stuff. I love that, can't help it. And I requested this one as well because I enjoyed the book Lost and Found by Brooke Davis. so much. So when I saw this on the Jonathan Ball thing, I really had to get it. Joanna Now, The Great Escape from Woodlands Nursing Home. It sounds like so much fun. And at nearly 90, retired nature writer Hattie Bloom prefers the company of birds to people. So when a fall lands her in a nursing home, she struggles to cope with the loss of independence and privacy. From the confines of a room with a view of the car park, she dreams of escape. And fellow inmate, the gregarious would-be comedian Walter Clements also plans on returning home as soon as he is fit and able to take charge of his mobility scooter. So the two of them obviously meet and they plan an escape. Obviously, it looks like there's a minibus involved, and that illustration is by Marlo de Vries. This is so cute. Yeah, there's a birdie about Jugon. And this is one book that I'm looking forward to. It seems to be a fun read, and I can't wait. Okay, so that was what I got at the beginning of February, and then what was it? Monday that just passed. I got this thing from Jonathan Ball, like, delivery for you, and thank you, who is it from? And they said from Jonathan Ball, and I said, oh, okay, no problem. And I got a big box, I kid you not, huge box like this. I'm still here because I keep the box. And inside that box was this bag. That's all. Just this bag. Stuff was in the bag. But this bag was in this box. Because they didn't want to break it, and I suppose that's the only boxes they had. Inside this bag, which is so pretty, Art Deco and all that, love it. I'm going to be somehow reusing this in my junk journaling. We each got a mask of some sorts. This one is a tad broken over here, but I got a black one with the rose and the feather, so cool. Some people got white masks, some people got lacy masks, but they were either black or whites to go with the thing. And then the book inside. Some people got key rings as well, by the way, in the packages. I didn't get one. I'm not too fussed about that. It's just a thing. But the pièce de résistance. You know, I had to peek because I really needed to know what was in the bag. And then when I saw the book, I nearly fell on my back because I honestly didn't expect to be part of this whole shebang, because I wouldn't have actually requested this for reasons, not because I wouldn't have in general, but I wouldn't have. Anyway, I might have. But you see, in the past, I didn't get the books that I've requested that are the same, similar sort of things like these. So, this is why I kind of like fell on my back, because, hello, I got one. Which is awesome. In that book, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, and it's huge. It is so huge. There are over 700 pages. Over 700 pages. Ooh. Oh, yeah, and then there's still Crescent City, which I haven't been able to read yet. Yeah, you see, 751. 751. Okay, cool. I'm not going to give you the blurb because this is book 4. Book 5, I have Echo and Echo War. I need Echo Math and Echo Fast, and then I'll be able to read this. And that's another series that's on my 21 for 21 list, because I do enjoy Sarah J. Maas. I mean, I did enjoy Throne of Glass, so I'm looking forward to this one. I've heard a lot of things. I'm missing all the references. Also, they changed the covers. Now, the reason they did that, and this is from what I understand, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please comment down below and tell me. That Sarah J, this should never have been a young adult series. But because, you know, they felt that it would be easier to get into Bloomsbury or whatever, felt it would be easy to get into the market in the young adults, made this young adult. Therefore, you got the dresses with a woman, like throwing a glass, blah, blah, blah. The smut that's in there shouldn't be under young adult if you ask me, but that's neither that. Now, this change of cover with the mask and not the dress apparently signifies that they've moved the brand from young adult to adults, which where it should have been in the first place. So they won't be making a new one of the cover to match the others. So that is why they've created covers to match this one. I don't know. This is what I've heard. This is what I've seen from what I can tell. If I'm wrong, please tell me down below. But yeah, it's very steamy, apparently, from what I heard. I don't really know if I'm into smut per se. The Court of Thorns and Roses series continues in the sexy, action-packed novel by best-selling author Sarah J. Maas. Continues, does it mean that there's going to be more? Because, my Goodreads is filled with everybody who's reading this book now. I'm already tired of it and I haven't even read it. And we have come to the end of my video. I don't have any more books to show you. Yeah, please tell me down below in the comments below which books you got, if you have anything new. Put your links down below. I'd like to check it out if you have a video. Also, if you've read any of these books, let me know. And yeah, please don't kill my DMs with xoxo. Well, you can, because that was full. But anyway, I haven't read any of the ACOTAR series, so but tell me what you thought of it. I would love to know. Yeah, because when I do read it, if I do read it at some point, then I will have opinions, which are not my own. But so tell me what you've been reading. Tell me what you've been getting. Tell me what you've added to your shelves recently. And I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, it's a gloomy Cape Town. It's supposed to be the last half of summer, but we've had a lot of winter weather. It's muggy as well. It's hot, but it's not hot. It's cold. So, you're alternating between putting on a jacket and taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. I don't understand. But this is Cape Town, so you get 4 seasons in one day. What can you do? I've lived all my life. Anyway, that's it. Happy reading. Stay safe. Wear your masks. Bye.